Hi, I'm Kayla Exton, and today I'm going to be talking about exercise recovery.
Before I talk about how to properly recover, we need to understand what happens in our bodies while exercising. Four main functions I'm going to talk about are muscles, lungs, heart, and brain. Muscles use glucose and ATP for contraction and movement, but the body only has a limited storage for these supplies. When all the storage is used up, more oxygen is required to create additional ATP, which is when breathing increases and more blood is being pumped to the muscles. When an adequate amount of oxygen being produced, lactic acid will form instead. Lactic acid is a compound produced when glucose is broken down and oxidized, and in high-intensity workouts where oxygen levels are lower, more lactic acid is produced, which generates hydrogen ions and causes stiffness in muscles while active. When the muscles surrounding your lungs cannot move any faster, the VO2 max has been attained, which is the maximum capacity of oxygen use. Heart rate increases with physical activity to supply more oxygenated blood to the muscles, and the fitter a person is, the more efficiently their heart can do this. The increased efficiency reduces the resting heart rate, and blood pressure will also decrease as a ramification of new blood vessels forming. Increased blood flow also benefits your brain, permitting it to function better since it promotes the growth of new brain cells, which helps improve memory and learning, which is located in the hippocampus. While exercising, various neurotransmitters are triggered, including endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, glutamine, and GABA. A stress-related chemical that the brain releases are known as endorphins. These neurotransmitters are responsible for the feeling of euphoria known as the runner's high. Exercise stimulates the brain to work at optimum capacity by prompting nerve cells to multiply, strengthening their interconnections, and protecting them from damage. Now let's talk about exercise recovery. Recovery is the restoration of energy-producing enzymes inside the muscles, functional proteins, fat and carbohydrate stores, and the regeneration of the endocrine and immune system. Homeostasis is a state of balance within the body that occurs when the variables in a system are adapted to keep internal conditions stable and relatively constant. In order to restore homeostasis, recovery for the body is essential. The process includes rest, refueling, rehydration, regeneration, resynthesis, reduction of inflammation, and restoration that ultimately returns the body to homeostasis. Recovery should occur immediately following the exercise and hours after, but the amount of recovery depends on the intensity of the workout. Immediately following an exercise should be a cool down, which can be a stretch or a slow jog. Active recovery accelerates the removal of lactate and hydrogen from muscles while stimulating blood flow and signaling proteins. Ice is mainly used for recent injuries, and when superficial tissues are swollen and inflamed, ice is a mild method to dull and calm down the occurring pain. Reserve heat for muscles, chronic pain, and stress in order to take the edge off of symptoms such as aching and stiffness. Basal sleep is the amount the body needs every night to recover, and if that's not achieved, it's called sleep debt. Your body requires sleep since muscles recover in the third and fourth stages of sleep. During these stages, human growth hormones are released, and these help build and repair tissues. Nutrition is needed to refuel your body in order to replace all that was lost when training. With a strenuous training load, it is essential to get carbohydrates, proteins, and fats.
Thanks for watching, and never forget to recover.